Good evening. I would like to call the November 4, 2025 City Council meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. The public is encouraged to join the meeting online or by phone at the number printed on the agenda, which can be found on the city's website at www.diamondbarca.gov, or in person, main auditorium, South Coast Air Quality Management District. We have also allowed the public comments to be submitted in advance to the city clerk. If any were received, they will be noted for the record when we get to the public comment period. This meeting is being recorded, and by participating, you are giving your permission to be televised. This meeting will be rebroadcast every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. and alternate Tuesday at 8 p.m. and archived for viewing on the city's website at www.diamondbarca.gov. Now we are going to proceed with the Pledge of the Allegiance, invocation and roll call. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Pro Tem Steve Tai.
Please stand and do the pledge with me and enjoy the back of my jacket.
Thank you. And please remain standing for the invocation by Pastor Tino Cordova, United Church of Christ.
Let us pray. Holy One, we gather today in the shadow of uncertainty as budgets stall, programs freeze, and families wonder how they'll feed their children tomorrow. We name out loud aches of our neighbors, the mother skipping meals so her children can eat, the elder choosing between medicine and groceries, the worker whose paycheck may have vanished. Let this chamber not be a place of silence in the face of suffering. Let it be a sanctuary of courage, where decisions are shaped by justice, where policies reflect compassion, where no one is forgotten because of their income, race, immigration status, or zip code. We pray for the hands that prepare meals with love but not enough ingredients, for the children who go to school hungry and come home to empty cupboards. May their dignity be honored, their needs prioritized, their stories heard. And we pray for ourselves as leaders and neighbors. May we not grow numb to the pain around us. May we remember the governance is not about numbers, but about people, real lives, real struggles, and real hopes. Bless this council with wisdom that leads yet listens, with hearts that break open to the truth, and with resolve to act boldly, so no one in our city goes hungry and every person knows they matter. Amen.
Please be seated. City Clerk Santana, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow?
I'm here.
Councilmember Liu?
Here.
Councilmember Lowe is absent. Mayor Pro Tem Tai?
Here.
Mayor Tang?
Here. Thank you. Next session is approval of agenda. City Manager Fox, are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes to the agenda this evening.
The agenda is hereby approved. Next session is special presentation, certificates, and proclamation, and tonight we have none. Next is city manager's reports and recommendations.
No additional reports this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Fox. Next session is public comments. Public comments is the time reserved on each regular meeting agenda to provide an opportunity for members of the public to directly address this council on consent calendar items or other matters of interest not on the agenda that are within the subject matters jurisdiction of the council. Although the City Council values your comments, pursuant to the Brown Act, members of the City Council or staff may briefly respond to public comments if necessary, but no extended discussion and no action on such matters may take place. There's a 5 minutes maximum time limit when addressing the City Council. At this time, I will call up speakers who have submitted a speaker card first, then City Clerk Santana will ask for those callers joining the teleconference who may wish to speak under public comments. And I have received speaker cards from Lee Mao.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, and the city staff. My name is Lee Mao, been a resident here since 1993. I am here to talk to you about my 6th annual toy drive. We started this toy drive back in 2020 during COVID, and it was very hard to actually try to do donation. So at that time, there were only 13 of us, and we were able to give 125 toys with 13 people. The charity that we were helping is 29 Palm Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center. As you might or might not know, 29 Palm is one of the biggest Marine base in the world, and it's a replica of the Middle East. So imagine 129 degrees to be practicing out there. It's very, very harsh, and it's very tough. And there's really nothing around there. The closest Walmart to 29 Palm is about 30 minutes. The closest Target about 25. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And 29 Palm is actually a city, which I did not know until I visited. I thought it was just a Marine base. But it's a very small city. Pretty much it's the base, encompass the whole city. So after the first year, I know the need is very needed over there. So we continue with the second and third. If you look at my flyer, it says, with support from friends and neighbors. It's really myself and my wife, Amy, and this is not a club or a nonprofit. We are just a homeowner trying to make a difference. And so why is it from friends and neighbors? It's friends and neighbors that contribute and help every year. As I mentioned, the first year was only 120 some toys. Last year was over 2,000. So far in the 5 years, we have collected over 6,000 toys to 29 Palm Marine Base. In addition to that, we have a friend of mine is in the battery business, and he also donated about 13,000 batteries in the last 2 years. And I know that thanks to the City Council and the staff, you guys also contribute from the beginning, and I thank you very much. So I just want to announce this year, we are doing something a little bit different. Mandarin Taste at 22391 Golden Spring has agreed to help me collect toys, because I'm not able to drive around and pick up toys from West Covina, from other places, because it's only a few of us. So Mandarin Taste is helping. Basil and Company at 23545 Palomino Drive is also helping as a drop location. The UPS store at 1142 South Diamond Bar. Those three businesses have been gracious enough to help collect toys, and I'm hoping that this year will be, with everything going on, it's kind of tough, but at the same time, whatever we can contribute to this drive will be appreciated. On December 13th, there will be a turnover event where the director of 29 Palm will be here, and also with a couple Marines to pretty much thank the donors, and the toy will then be picked up and drive to 29 Palm. I know there's a lot of toy drive in December, and I think there's probably 4 or 5 in Diamond Bar alone. The difference is 100% of this toy will go to one place and nowhere else, and that's 29 Palm Marine Base. A lot of time people ask me, Lee, where does the toy go to? And if you ask other charity, they might not be able to tell you where the toy actually end up. But I can 100% guarantee you 100% of this toy will be at 29 Palm, and it will never leave the base. I was told, and I actually visited the base, every toy that gets left over will be put out during the next holiday, whether it's Easter, whether it's whatever the holiday is there, they will then distribute to the kids. So I'm here to ask for your support, And hopefully that the neighbors and friends, when I say neighbors and friends, I'm not kidding. I have friends from New Jersey and Long Island and New York have joined the cause that send the toys to me. So it's really anybody and everybody from this neighbor as wise to the East Coast. Thank you so much. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Next speaker card came from Cynthia Yu.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff, and members of the audience. My name is Cynthia Yu from Diamond Bar Library. Come join our exciting book club, Adventures in Bookland for Young Readers, where we meet monthly to discuss the selected book and participate in journaling, crafting, or games. We'll meet this Friday, November 7th at 4 p.m. to discuss the book Wonder by R.J. Palacio. In celebration of Native American Heritage Month, join us in highlighting how Native communities are taking control over their food sources and production by revitalizing traditional, healthy, and localized food sources. In this hands-on workshop, you'll learn how to start your own Salvia columbarii plant and explore its cultural uses among various Native groups. All materials will be provided. This program will take place on Thursday, November 13th at 11 a.m. Also, teens are welcome to join us for the Painting the Way, Yucca painting brush, and ochre painting workshop on Monday, November 17th at 4 p.m. Lazaro Avizu Jr., the artist, educator, musician, and researcher, who is knowledgeable of the land and cosmology of the Tonga, the indigenous people of the Los Angeles Basin, will share the story of Fuhio Yucca ochre relationships with each other and humans. All El County Library locations will be closed on Thursday, November 11th, in observance of Veterans Day. Our digital library is open 24/7. Please visit our website, lacountylibrary.org, to get ebooks, audiobooks, movies, music, and more. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all the speaker cards I have in front of me. And City Clerk Santana, is any caller online or any email you received?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we did not receive any emails for tonight's meeting, but there is a caller on the line right now. And if any other caller on the line would like to give a public comment, please click on the raised hand icon in the GoToWebinar program. And the first raised hand is from C. Robin Smith. Ms. Smith, please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I'm having a tech glitch here. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable City Council. I'm very grateful to speak to you tonight. My name is Cynthia Robin Smith. I'm an ecologist and an expert on the native landscapes, especially as relates to fire safety. And I'd like to inform the council tonight of something very important. I am part of a broader coalition of Los Angeles and state stakeholders who have been participating in the Zone Zero discussions and the Board of Forestry rulemaking process since last March 2025. I'm also with a task force watchdog group dedicated to local advocacy. We're a Zone Zero watchdog group, and we've been analyzing legislation language and curating science and the details of defensible space and Zone Zero so we can inform and educate municipalities and communities. This is a mandate that the state is rolling out that will have draconian ecological and economic impacts on the entire state. The governor's executive orders have rushed through what looks like, for political reasons, a mandate that exhibits dangerous mis- and disinformation about best practices in mitigating wildfire hazards. Zone Zero obviously has become controversial for many reasons. Not all fire experts agree, and indeed many are very concerned. And cities like the LA City Council have voted to reject Zone Zero. Our Zone Zero watchdog group continues to document the process, and so far this is our report. Zone Zero is being justified as if it were a proven science, but it is an experiment. It is an untested theory derived from small-scale laboratory burn tests, not from real-world field data in urban environments. And the Board of Forestry is proposing to impose this experiment on millions of Californians without evidence that it will reduce structure loss and without studying the environmental consequences for hotter surfaces, greater erosion, and the loss of canopy that cools and hydrates communities. The Board of Forestry has crafted regulations that disregard our local input and local control. It ignores the practical realities of Southern California's fire landscapes, and the enforcement of this mandate imposes thousands of dollars in costs on residents and cities who can least afford them. It empowers the insurance industry to hike rates, cancel policies, and deny claims without accountability or appeal. The BOF committee admits, I heard it last month in their meeting, they aim to craft a rule to satisfy the insurance industry. Indeed, we stakeholders, we have seen the process, and we have seen the discrediting of good science. We have seen favoritism to special interests and the insurance industry's junk science. We have also witnessed the failure of the state insurance commissioner to serve the people rather than big insurance. And there's a video on that. Here's why Zone Zero fails. It promises false safety. It clears yards, but it doesn't stop the house-to-house fire spread. It is a scientific misfit. Moist vegetation can aid survival, but Zone Zero removes it. It's a Trojan horse. Today's trees are mutilated, but the tomorrow for these trees, they will be banned. And so if a tree gets sick and dies, it cannot be replaced, and it reduces our canopy. It causes ecological harm. It accelerates canopy loss and worsens heat islands and fire spread. And the equity concerns include burdens to homeowners while ignoring the true hazard that needs to be addressed. We have a better idea, though. Real safety comes from building retrofits and codes that for fire-resistant roofs, vents, siding, decks, and fences. Neighborhood-scale planning to interrupt house-to-house ignition would help a lot. And moisture management, which is the proper design of irrigation and ecologically smart landscaping, will keep the vegetation protective and moist. The conclusion that we have so far is Zone Zero is a false promise. It strips away trees while ignoring the science of urban conflagration. And the Institute of Business and Homeowner Safety, which is run by the insurance company, and other science reports, they have experienced fire professionals who all agree the real hazard is structure-to-structure ignition, not plants. So I would like the City Council to consider that we need policies that reflect the reality of Southern California climate and our local conditions, and not a one-size-fits-all policy that risks our health and stability of our city and our environment. And I would like to urge the council to consider not all local fire experts are convinced of Zone Zero. Many are very concerned, and they're especially concerned about their colleagues who have been co-opted by big insurance. I would like to ask the council to consider writing a resolution that echoes the position of the Los Angeles City Council and sending it to the California
Ms.
Board of
Robinson-Smith, your
Forestry.
time is up, so I have to cut you off, but thank you very much for your work on this important subject. I just have
Okay,
one
thank you.
question. Anything that your task force has been done, will there change any of the this mandate in the future? Is there any possibility? Can you just give me a quick answer? Any possibility?
Well, the quick answer, Mayor Tang, is we recently had another meeting with them, and we see it's a done deal. This is not a fair process. The fix is in, as they say, and that's why we are looking to local communities to stand together to hold out and insist on a better planned policy, which will have to be dealt with by the governor, the next governor, perhaps.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your comments. Now we go to next speaker. The next speaker card came from the Carispi.
Good evening, Council. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your wonderful email and responding. We do appreciate that. You are more than free to share that email with your colleagues. We'd appreciate it. Thank you. One thing that we wanted to discuss tonight is that some of the comments that were made by the city attorney, Mr. Fox, we had some questions in regards to that about the pending litigation, which he stated at the last meeting. For the first one, the contractor's licensing violation under California Business Professions Code 7048 and the General Contracting Law, any construction project where the total cost of labor and materials is $500 or more must be performed by a contractor licensed by the California Contractors State Licensing Board. The violation, this is a clear violation by the property manager, Adam Freelick, by definition is acting as an agent for the owner and does not hold a general contractor's license, which is a misdemeanor and faces civil penalties of up to $15,000. The exemption myth. Mr. Freelick does not qualify as an owner-builder exemption under BNP Code 7044 because he is not the owner of the condo unit, and this exemption only applies to the actual property owner performing work on their own property. For the building permit violation, we've sent multiple emails and complaints to the city to investigate these violations, and nothing has come from it, or we've been told that, oh, we believed everything was already closed. That is inaccurate, and we're asking that the city please follow up on these violations. As he is performing these works on the property, he is also in violation and needs to have a business license, which we also sent an email to the city. The City of Diamond Bar requires that individuals and businesses doing work within city limits, including contractors, to have a city business license, also known as a business tax certificate. Mr. Freelick is in violation by performing work for compensation, is operating as a business within the city, and must obtain the proper license. Operating without one is in violation of local municipal code. We've sent multiple requests to the city to investigate this, and we've been told that he didn't need to have one. He doesn't have to have one. So if the city has its laws that say that he does have to have one, then why is it that City Hall is saying differently? Now, in respect to litigation, because I know that was Mr. Fox's, he didn't say litigation per se, but we understood that in the undertones. There is no California state law and highly unlikely that Diamond Bar Municipal Code has any provision that legally permits a city to go ahead and negate any code enforcement or building and safety division to refuse to inspect or enforce code violations simply because the property manager and tenant are involved in litigation, such as an unlawful detainer case. The city has a duty to enforce the building and safety codes and California Health and Safety Code Section 179.20.3 and 179.70.5 for habitability. And it's an independent function related to protecting the public health and safety. For the plumbing leak, mold, and infestation remains. Those are all violations regardless of who is suing whom. And the existence of a lawsuit does not negate the city's duty to ensure the premises are safe and habitable. And state law also has requirements for preconditions. And as of July 2022, that's no longer an issue. Can the city get involved? Yes, they can get involved. But is the city getting involved? No, they're not. A persistent and willful failure to enforce mandatory health and safety codes can potentially lead to a claim that the city is negligent in its governmental function. Failure to discharge a mandatory duty. Please, Mr. Attorney for the city, take that into consideration.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Fox, do you have any response for this? No?
No additional comments at this point.
Thank you. These are all the speaker card I have, and is there any additional caller on the line or any additional email?
No, Mayor, there are no other callers on the line.
Is there anybody else in the audience want to address to the City Council at this time? Seeing none, we'll move on. Next is the schedule of the future events and the consent calendar. City Manager Fox, can you please announce the schedule of the upcoming events and then proceed with the consent calendar?
Thank you, Mayor. Please join us to honor our community veterans at the annual Veterans Recognition Ceremony this Thursday morning, November 6th, from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Diamond Bar Center. This is a free event. City offices will be closed on Tuesday, November 11th in observance of the Veterans Day holiday, and the Planning Commission meeting scheduled for that evening will be canceled. There will be a Senior Health Day event featuring free health checks and wellness resources on Wednesday, November 12th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Diamond Bar Center. Coffee with a Cop will be held on Wednesday, November 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Starbucks at the corner of Golden Springs and Lavender in the Target Center. The next installment of our City Government Explained series will also be held Wednesday evening, November 12th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the Windmill Community Room at City Hall. The Traffic and Transportation Commission will be meeting on Thursday, November 13th, starting at 6:30 p.m. in the Windmill Community Room at City Hall. And the always popular American Recycles Day event will be held on Saturday, November 15th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the AQMD parking lot with on-site document shredding, e-waste drop-off, and self-serve mulch giveaway, and more. And our next City Council meeting will be held on Tuesday, November 18th, starting at 6:30 p.m. here in the AQMD auditorium. On the consent calendar this evening, you have approval of the October 21st regular meeting minutes, approval of the check register dated October 15th through October 28th, adoption of a proclamation declaring November 1st as Extra Mile Day, approval of the purchase of 5 HPE servers from GovConnection, and adoption of Resolution 2025-34, approving the plans and specifications for the Diamond Bar Boulevard Complete Streets project, waiver of minor irregularities with the bid proposal, and award of the construction contract to Gentry Brothers for the Complete Streets project, approval of an amendment to the professional services agreement with LAE Associates for the related project management and inspection services, and approval of adjustments to the CIP budget, and a determination that the project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act. And that concludes the consent calendar this evening.
Thank you. Would anyone like to put any item from this for discussion? If not, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion for approval.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Councilmember Chow, and we have a second from Mayor Pro Tem Tai. City Clerk Santana, please call for the vote.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow?
Yes.
Councilmember Liu?
Yes.
Councilmember Lowe is absent. Mayor Pro Tem Tai?
Yes.
Mayor Tang?
Yes. Thank you. Motion passes. Next session is public hearings. There are no public hearings items on tonight's agenda. Moving on. Next is a council consideration. Item 8.1. City Manager Fox, please provide a report.
Mayor and council, our building official Raymond Tao will be making the staff presentation.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. This agenda item is to re-adopt the building codes locally. Every 3 years, cities are required to re-adopt their building codes. This one is to reintroduce everything. There are no substantive changes to it. To further emphasize that, the state has required us to not make any changes to the building codes through Assembly Bill 306. It indicates that we cannot make any further changes. We can only keep what we currently have. At the state level, the only thing that has changed with the building codes that is of any note is that they created a wildland urban interface code, which basically takes all of the information from all the other codes and puts it in one location rather than spread out into various other areas. But basically, it's the same code at the endpoint. So basically, 3 years ago, we had adopted this code, and we're just readopting it with the new reorganization of the codes referencing the current code items. And so the recommendation is for the council to introduce the first reading by title only, waive full reading of the ordinance, determine that the proposed ordinance is exempt from SECO guidelines, set for public hearing, second reading, and adoption on the November 18th, 2025 City Council meeting for, and I'm going to read the ordinance. It's an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Diamond Bar amending Title 15 of the Diamond Bar City Code and adopting by reference the 2025 California Building Code, Volumes 1 and 2, including Chapter 1, Division 2, and Appendices I and J thereto, the 2025 California Mechanical Code and the appendices thereto, the 2025 California Plumbing Code and the appendices thereto, the 2025 California Electrical Code and the appendices thereto, the 2025 California Residential Code, including appendices H, J, K, and O thereto, the 2025 California Green Building Code without appendices thereto, and the 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code without appendices, together with certain amendments, additions, deletions, and exemptions, or exceptions, excuse me. That concludes my presentation, and I'm here for any questions if the council has any.
So are there any public comments on this agenda item?
Mayor, we did not receive any emails, but we do have a caller with a raised hand. Ms. Robin C. Smith. C. Robin Smith, excuse me.
Hello, City Council and Mr. Mayor. Yes, I did have a question about this code, and I'd like to understand, if you have the information, how the new Wildland Urban Interface Code, what does it do? What is it about? Is it related to the Defensible Space Zone 0 mandate? Does it affect any kind of building allowances in a high fire area? What is it? I'd like to learn.
Thank you. Raymond, can you respond?
Yes. So the Wildland Urban Interface Code is basically taking a variety of information from various building codes for the fire zone requirements, which include primarily home hardening and brush clearance requirements. Most of the home hardening requirements are to make sure that embers do not fly into buildings where they have proper protection of eaves and vents. Specific types of vents are required. Certain ratings of windows are required, such as tempered glazing. So a variety of things are required as a result of the Wildland Urban Interface Code. It's actually no change to the code. It's that would have been in a separate code when we did the fire zone amendment. This is actually just consolidating everything together into one code.
I remember in one of the code that we are required to just adopt that new map. Which code is that?
When we did the fire zone amendment, there was a map. I think it's back dated on March 2025 was the map date. When we adopted that map, that was when the fire zone map was adopted. I think that was a couple council meetings ago.
I think that's part of this new ordinance that required the city to adopt that map.
It references the map, but it's basically, we had already adopted the map previously. This is just moving reorganization of the requirements into one requirement or one code.
Thank you. Is there any other comments from the public?
No, Mayor, there's no other callers on the line.
Any comments from my city council colleagues? Let's start with the council member Charles.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a question, I want to make sure I heard you right. So you said we're required to update the code, to re-adopt the code every 3 years, yet the state says that we're not allowed to amend it. Is that what you said?
Yes, so we're required to adopt the code every 3 years. Currently, they do not want us to have any new amendments to the code. So what we're doing is we're taking the prior codes that we had amended previously, and we're continuing them currently.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can add to that. So the state adopts codes every 3 years, and they update them depending on technology for building construction. The prohibition against, and then those codes that the state adopts are enforceable across all of the jurisdictions within the state of California. We have to include it in our municipal code in order for our officers to enforce it locally. The state law authorizes local agencies like the city to adopt local amendments. We can actually deviate from the state standards if we can make a finding that local climatic, geographic, and conditions that are different, because one code, one size doesn't fit all. You know, different areas in the state have different type of climate and also topography, et cetera. And so if we need to make local amendments to make construction, building construction better for either for earthquakes, for the type of soil that's within your jurisdiction, et cetera, then we can make those local amendments. What the state law says is that for this go around, local amendments cannot be adopted if they have the effect of affecting the building of housing. So it's very specific to housing. And so, but either way, there were not major changes to the state codes other than what was said earlier, that a couple of the regulations that were scattered, because, you know, we have, for example, the building code deals with building construction. We have mechanical code that deals with air conditioning and other mechanical within buildings. Fire code, we have all these other codes. Some of the regulations in those different codes were adopted and put into one place for this wildlife interface. So that's really the major change. And there may be other changes that apply to commercial and industrial construction, but not to housing or residential, I should say. I hope that answers the question. If not, I can talk about it all day if you want to.
Have we identified anything that we need to amend?
I would defer to the building official on that one.
Probably not, huh?
No, I think we've already covered throughout the years of a variety of things that we've already amended in the past. So this requirement by the state doesn't really affect us.
Thank you. Councilmember Liu,
Thank you, Mayor. My question has been answered. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem. Oh. Anybody else want to make any comment? If none, would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll motion
I'll
for
s- I'll
5,
second.
8.1.
We have a motion. We have a motion. We have a second. City Clerk Santana, please call for the vote.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow,
Yes.
Councilmember Liu,
Yes.
Councilmember Lowe is absent. Mayor Pro Tem Tai,
Yes.
Mayor Tang.
Yes. So, motion to approve this agenda item passed for the first reading. Item 8.2, City Attorney Sandoval, please provide a report.
Yes, Mayor, before you is an amendment to the contract with the city manager, and it's very simple. It provides for 40 hours of leave time for the current fiscal year as a one-time. And city manager has to take vacation, 1 week vacation before July 1st, 2026. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Is there any public comments in the audience or online or from email?
Mayor, there were no emails received for this item, and if anyone would like to comment, please click on the raised hand icon now. There's no raised hands on the teleconference.
Yes, please, go ahead.
I think the city manager should be allowed to have another 40 hours of vacation time, or 40, whatever the vacation time is being requested. Because if work isn't being done by the city, and you can smile, Mr. Sandoval, that's nice, and you're not helping what the public is asking for, then what is the purpose of having these extra incentives for the city workers to go ahead and have time off when they should be working hard to fix the issues that are plaguing the citizens of the city? It's wasteful spending.
Thank you. Is there any other comments? Any council member want to make any comment? If not, would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
So we have a motion, we have a second. City Clerk Santana, please call for the vote.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow,
Yes.
Councilmember Liu,
Yes.
Councilmember Lowe is absent. Mayor Pro Tem Tai,
Yes.
Mayor Tang.
Yes. Item 8.2 passed. Next session is council subcommittee reports, meeting attendance reports, and council member comments. I'm going to start with council member Andrew Chow.
Thank you, Mayor. One, I'm always kind of sad when Councilmember Lowe's not here because that makes us ruthless.
Oh, my God.
But I am kind of sad about something. So I do want to send our deepest condolences to Anthony Doherty's family. So for those of you that don't know him, he served most recently as the CEO of the San Gabriel Valley Regional Chamber. He unfortunately passed away unexpectedly last week. It's devastating. All of us who've known Anthony for over 15 years. He was a dedicated father, husband, and just a community advocate, and we'll miss him a lot. School board member, dedicated public servant, so we will miss him, and when I have information about the service, so I'm sure we'll all get it, we'll see what we can do to make sure his memory lives on in all of us. Also, with the Thanksgiving holidays coming up, there are a few events around the city in addition to the toy drive that Mr. Mao had mentioned earlier. I want to mention that the Diamond Bar Young Professional Kiwanis is having a food drive on November 8th from 9 to 12 at a local Walmart. They will accept non-perishable items. And our local business, Sandoval Commercial Disposal, is actually doing a turkey distribution. If you call him, numbers 909-545-9339. He will schedule a distribution with actual turkey and some fixings to help those who might be facing food insecurity. And also the United Church of Christ, our Reverend Tino Cordova is nice enough to be here today. They're also doing a food drive Monday through Thursday, 10 to 3, and Sunday between 9 and 10. So this is really the spirit of Diamond Bar, where we come together when our neighbors might be facing food insecurity issues. And also want to congratulate Tacitas Coffee. A few of us were at their grand opening. I want to congratulate the owners, Eric and Melissa. And also a special congratulations to Simon, our friend from formerly Fusion to Anyone. He's now at Gangnam Sushi and Rolls right across the street from the golf course. We'll be visiting them this Thursday for a lunch gathering. So with that, I'll say good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Councilmember Liu.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank our staff for the amazing work that you do and our wonderful meeting and prepping for this. And I'm going to say, I'd like to congratulate the Dodgers for an amazing team and game. This past weekend, my daughter went trick-or-treating on Friday evening with her friends, and she said walking by these houses, every house had their garage open, the door open, and everyone was glued to the TV. That was for Game 6. So big congratulations, amazing teamwork. We want to thank all of our veterans for all that you do. And I'd like to echo the Councilmember Chow on our condolences for the Honorable Anthony Duarte. And our thoughts and prayers go to his family. He's been a public servant in our community, served as a board member at Hacienda La Puente. And he has also served as the CEO or the regional commerce that has conducted numerous grand openings for our businesses that we welcome in our businesses in our community, and also has been a big advocate and supporter of our early years in our restaurant week. Mayor, if we can ask that we adjourn today's meeting in the memory of the Honorable Anthony Duarte. One more thing, I appreciate our communities for coming together as always and the holidays to help out those that are in our community in need. With that, I say good night.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Tai.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm hoping that everybody that can will join us for the Veterans Recognition Ceremony. We do that annually on Thursday at 9 o'clock at the Grand View Ballroom at the Diamond Bar Center. This was since we last were together, and I think I encouraged everybody to say "Go Dodgers," and apparently it worked. So it was a great World Series, a little bit nerve-wracking for Dodger fans. So it was fun to be involved in that, and I would echo Councilman Liu's request that we adjourn in memory of Anthony Duarte. Good night, and God bless you.
Thank you. I am very honored, and it's my privilege to serve as a Diamond Bar mayor almost a year now. So probably one more month left. And I think that my best experience from this 11 months also is that I am able to hear many people come to me because probably I'm a mayor, including the residential problem, including business problem. Then I have an opportunity to speak to many young entrepreneurs in the city or outside the city. They desire to come to the city to open their business and to operate here, but they keep telling me many difficulties and hurdles and problems, things like that. So I think for the last 1 or 2 years, we all talk about we need to come together to help to improve our business, to enhance our business. And I think the actual steps that I can think about is to update our city code zoning code, that see what can be done to improve the business, experience, and also that for the application experience. So I request my city staff to do some study for the updating of the zoning code. And so in preparing us for some study session in the very near future, so that I hope that council members can sit down together, and also we can listen to what the public want to tell us about how we can improve our city's business environment. And one area I can think about is the restaurant business, because as Council Member Andrew Chow mentioned, that Simon's restaurant that we all know of, we all been to, and he moved to a new places, and I visit his place, and I see he's constructing a small stage, because he's very excited. He want to invite the people there to have an open mic session. I told him, wait a second, because so far that our city is not allowing live music performance, believe it or not. That's from our city code. That city code was passed about 20 years ago because of certain incident. So I think it's time probably to change that city code that allow the restaurant to have some live music. And I understand that we are going to have a special town center special project discussion in the near future. Maybe we will allow this kind of live music in that special project. But I would suggest that if we do that, we should allow that live music to be generally allowed in the city, to benefit all the companies, all the restaurants that desire to do this. So that I wish that the city staff can do this in the near future. And even that this is my idea, that I want to hear from my council member colleagues to see if they have any thought and any suggestions, and so we can go around to see your comments.
Well, I think things are not agendized. I don't think we should discuss in too much detail, but kind of generally speaking, I do think at some point we should probably update our codes, not just for live music, but signage and business hours. It's a whole suite of things that we should probably look at to make our business community a little bit more lively. But given that's not agendized, that's all I'm going to say. Thanks.
Yeah, this is not on the agenda, but this is my suggestion for the future agenda discussion. That the people from the council at least can have your comments during this comment time during city council's comment time. Yeah. Anything?
I guess we would need, majority council consensus to move something forward at this point, unless you do want to agendize at least a discussion for a formal vote.
Would this be like a study session, or we agendize in a meeting?
Well, we would first need direction from the majority of the council that you would like us to put forth that work effort, whether it's a study session or whether it's an ordinance that's like we put on the agenda for, the building code, we can work towards that. But staff would need direction from the majority of the council if you'd like us to work on allowing for live entertainment, in our businesses.
Well, we do have an economic subcommittee. You want to start there, Mayor, and then make some recommendation to staff, or how do you?
We would still need to have some recommendation from the majority of the council.
Sorry.
So maybe we can put something on the agenda for next meeting, and then to discuss it a little bit more in detail. We probably will have 5 council members at the next meeting, and then you can provide direction as you choose fit.
Like, I think Mr. Fox said, so in terms of agendizing, meaning that we open to the possibility, exploring, looking at the codes and possibilities of what we can do, among other things that can enhance economic development. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. With that, do we need a motion, or are we just a consensus?
Consensus is sufficient. Is everyone in agreement?
I'm in favor.
Not only to the live music, but as Councilmember Andrew Chow has said, signage, parking, yeah, a lot of regulations. I think we should look into it.
Okay,
So,
I think we have
yeah.
direction.
Okay,
Thank you.
so there's a consensus here. Okay, thank you. And with that, I'm going to close the meeting in memory of the deceased Anthony Duarte, our friends. And so we take a moment of silence and in memory of Mr. Anthony Duarte. Thank you. Thank you.